Last time on the Lost Crown.
Step aside, Sargon. I'll deal with this.
Thank you, Vahram. Vahram?
The Simurgh is no more. Its powers are mine, and mine alone. Vahram, you must live.
You are the rightful prince.
I prefer to leave such meaningless titles to humans. I have left your world behind. The Simurgh is no more. It is my sacred duty to recover its powers. For the one who wields them will be equal to a god.
You have completely lost your mind, Vahram.
These powers are mine by right. This is far from over, Sargon.
Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we continue our journey into Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown. Traveling to the eastern end of the upper city, Sargon ran into Anahita. They talked about their failure to save the prince, and how Sargon has a second chance to make things right. But he must do that alone. This was their final conversation. From here, Sargon summoned the Celestial Guardian of the North. With all 4 Celestial Guardians summoned, they are ready to help Sargon return to the past. All he had to do was activate the Celestial Altar. Activating the altar sent Sargon crashing into the past, just in time to prevent Vahram's killing blow on Prince Ghassan. But altering the past comes at a price. Anahita was slain, saving Sargon's life from another blow meant for him. The rematch Sargon had been wanting began with him and his past self battling Vahram. With the upper hand in numbers, Sargon's victory was inevitable. But Vahram evened the odds by knocking out Sargon's past self. The rest of the battle was a true rematch, both Sargon and Vahram giving it their all. Powerful attack after powerful attack, all leading to a clash of swords that shattered time and revealed the truth of what happened to Mount Kof 30 years ago. King Darius was in the middle of getting the Simurgh's blessing for his son when Thomyris interrupted the ritual, fatally wounding King Darius and his son. The Simurgh left, and in its absence, the curse set in. King Darius's last act was to save his son, Vahram's life. Vahram is the rightful Prince of Persia. Yet, he now seeks not earthly titles, but the power of the Simurgh to become a god. With this revelation, the battle ends in stalemate as Vahram departs and Sargon unites with his past self to gain one more Simurgh power. With the battle over, Sargon spoke to Prince Ghassan, telling him the truth. Ghassan calmly accepts it and is focused on protecting the people of Persia from Vahram and eventually his own mother. Ghassan tells Sargon that he must find the Key of Kings from the Tower of Silence to enter the Simurgh Gate and stop Vahram. But before this can happen, Sargon must now gather the last of the secrets of Mount Koth and hopefully become stronger for it. Let's do this! And ooh, this actually is an elevator. There we go. And there's a teleporter nearby. Let's do that. Yep, there it is. Bam. And what's this one's called? Night Temple. Got it. There was also this one, Clockwork, that I didn't look at earlier, but there we go. Okay. Then I assume what we gotta do is get to the ground. Somehow. I assume this way. Because there's enemy over here. Oh yeah, that just helps us so much. Look at that, like it just allows us to stay in the air probably for most of the fight. Ooh, what's this? Oh, wait. Deal with you first. Clay tablet. Dated during the reign of Darius the Great, confirming the appointment of a royal architect. I wonder if it's the same architect that's been creating all these bloody traps everywhere and trying to kill people with them. Both intentionally and unintentionally. Oh. Got you. Ow. Still hits like a truck. Deal with you. Let me heal. Gotcha. You bastard. This way is blocked. Oh, not. Oh! Wait, is that one of Ardashir's men? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I could do that. As long as I don't attack him, I think. Or it's just going to ignore who it's supposed to actually attack. Gotcha. Oof. Alright, let's see. Insignia Persepolis. Masoud was almost a little brother, or even son, to Nojan. Masoud has always respected Nojan's genius. When Nojan asked Masoud if he wanted to join the ranks of Ardashir's men, the young one didn't hesitate for a second. And unfortunately, it's led to his death. And I think, how many is left? There's only one more left, and I assume he's probably either in the Free Village or in the Tower of Silence. So we're basically almost done with that. Hell, we're almost done with a lot of things. Granted, that it makes sense, we're getting closer to the end game. And, okay, make sure. Now, let's unlock. Oh, what's this? More treasure. Nice. You stay There. Oh yeah, that's right. I should throw him so we could kill him. And just do that again. Ow. There we go. More treasure. What is this? Hello, lady.
A warrior bearing a royal sash? What an honor. I am Miriam, royal architect of the Citadel, appointed by King Darius himself. Go on then, you honor me in turn.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you. Architect. So the traps, those are your designs?
An admirer? You're welcome. Yes, puzzles, secrets, technological marvels. Fortifications are my specialty. Must keep the city safe from marauders. Oh, but the city is so much more. The elevator? My idea.
Much of it is very impressive, even if some of it is dangerous.
My true marvel are still in my workshop. I'm sure you'd like to see them.
I might.
Oh, I can't let just anyone in. It has to be someone worthy of the honor. I've hidden treasures around the city. Find all of those, and I'll let you inside my workshop.
New quest. The Architect.
Wonderful. You won't be disappointed. Actually, you might be if you can't manage. If you fail, just admire the genius that created it. That should make you feel better. Go on. You're off to a good start.
She seems kind of pretty nice, though. I'm pretty sure half the puzzles require you to have very specific abilities that no mortal was able to use, like my ability to teleport. Like I needed that for one of the things, and my chakram, or well, my homie's chakram that I took. I mean, granted, she may have lost her mind because I think a few of the lore pieces kind of hinted to that, but at the same time, she doesn't seem like she's lost her mind. It might just be that the puzzles got twisted because of the time distortion of time, and plus, since it's a video game, you kind of have to have puzzles using those abilities. But yes, let's take a look at the quest itself. The architect has nothing under her thing. Okay, lovely.
My memory is not what it used to be. Have you found all my treasures?
All but one, it looks like, because I assume these are all the symbols. So there's one more, which I assume is probably in the Tower of Silence. But it's a good thing that we showed up here so that we can come back at some point. And there's a teleporter, so it won't take us long to come back here whenever we do come back here. Now that we cleared that out, we're going to go up north to this. Because this is a puzzle that I want to finish up.
These doors to the late King's palace are sealed shut, I'm afraid. When King Darius moved on from the mortal realm, so did all the warmth from the kingdom. He was benevolent and he served his people. Most of all, he protected his son.
Vahram. He had the strength and resolve to keep a secret for 30 years. How did he live with that?
Perhaps he is not living but surviving, in grief and silence. You can help him, Sargon. In the Tower of Silence, find the Key of Kings. Only that can get you closer to Vahram.
Very much true. And I was actually not expecting you to be right here to tell me all that, so that's nice though. I definitely think Vahram's a mix of gone mad, full of grief, full of anger and hatred, and loneliness, because obviously if he mentioned he was the surviving son, he would be hunted down by Queen Thomyris, saying that he's a false prince and all that type of stuff. And to become the basically one of the best soldiers of her probably also just drove him more into madness and anger. And it was clear from the DLC that he was trying to plot a way to get rid of Queen Thomyris. And because of Queen Thomyris' own actions, he found basically a way to do that through all of this. And he's still trying to basically become a god so that he can then become all powerful, avenge his father, get rid of Queen Thomyris, and rule Persia, or like rule a new version of the world or something like that. But either way, I was honestly not expecting him to be right here to talk, but I'm glad he was. And now, let's get up here. And now let us see where this leads. Ooh. Oh, another side quest.
Ah, I believe I've met you before, but much younger. Even held you in my arms. Yes, yes I did.
You must have me confused with someone else.
But it was you. That spark in your eye. I'm sure of it. And you seem perfect for my challenge.
Sure. Were you expecting me?
Anyone passing by, really. A perfect place to issue a challenge, don't you think? I'll release 3 magical bells, you see. High above, where no one can reach, except it takes patience, awareness of patterns, and ingenuity. Maybe there's no one skilled enough for this. Never mind.
I survived Mount Calf. Try me.
Impressive. If you do this, I'll throw in a reward too. Well, are you skilled enough?
The impossible climb. I believe I'm skilled enough.
Excellent. Indeed. Show just how capable you are, young one. Ready?
I am. Well, let's read your thing first. High above are 3 magical bells summoned by the Hermit. He challenges Sargon to retrieve them. And we get a Damascus steel and a piece of lore. Nice. Wait, did that? Oh, okay, it didn't glitch. Okay, it was just glitched for a second. Let me read the Architect's one too. The Architect. As time has worn on, it has eroded this once brilliant architect's ability to think and recall the talent she once possessed. To her, the hidden chests are lost thoughts and memories she once treasured. Then we get a health piece for that. Or a full one, actually. Either way, we have to climb. And hopefully, we can do this. Actually, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to have a teleporter thing right there. And now let's do this. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be hard to get down from here. Like that. Oh. So I gotta be very capable of not dying. Ooh. Ah, that. Dang it. So this is gonna probably be the biggest challenge of today. What? Okay, that's some bullcrap. Alright, this is gonna take forever. But we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. There's the first bell. That's bell number 1. Ooh. Alright. Now we gotta find bell number 2. No! Ho 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 ho! It went a little too high. Okay, now we just have to get across, because I saw another one of those tethers. Alright, almost there. No! Teleport!
Told you I was skilled.
I did it.
So you did. And a great demonstration at that. All 3. Hand them over. You've earned a sense of accomplishment. And then some.
Whew. The Mask of Steel. And let's see the lore piece. The third son. Before venturing aimlessly through the labyrinth of Mount Koth, I held the esteemed position of a doctor. Not just any doctor, but the finest in Persepolis. I oversaw the well-being of Thomyris' offspring. Not a small task for a non-Persian coming from a modest upbringing. Queen Thomyris had 3 sons, all of whom I delivered and took care of. The first one succumbed to a strange ailment at the age of 12. Based on my analysis, I suspected poisoning. Not particularly surprising, as royals often engage in the practice of poisoning one another. The second son met his demise at the tender age of 9, when he fell from a rampart of the castle. I tended to his care for 3 days before he ultimately passed away. However, it is the story of the third baby that remains the most perplexing mystery of my life to this day. It is the source of my ongoing misery. I attended the birth and delivered Thomyris' third son, a healthy baby boy with a strong bone structure, the epitome of a future king. Yet, the next day, when I returned for his routine health inspection, I noticed something profoundly peculiar. As I cradled the baby in my arms, I swear it was not the same child. The weight, the bone structure, nothing matched the infant I had delivered the day before. This was an entirely different baby. I can assure you, having delivered over 100 babies throughout my career, that I know what I am talking about. When I raised my concern and questioned the Queen about this discrepancy, she dismissed my inquiries, insisting that only a mother can confirm the identity of her child. I must confess, I had never seen her so enraged before. However, being a man of science, I refused to let this matter rest without an explanation. I knew she was lying. I persisted, pushing for the truth, but her anger only intensified. Within minutes, the Queen's guards apprehended me and banished me from Persepolis. I was swiftly escorted to Mount Kof with no opportunity to bid farewell to my family. I was imprisoned within the confines of Mount Kof to ensure that I would never share this tale with anyone. I am convinced that the true origin of the baby holds the key to this enigma. Could the Queen have exchanged the child at birth and attempted to conceal it from everyone? What could possibly compel a queen to engage in such deceitful actions? Olaf Losteros, former doctor of Persepolis. I think, with that lore piece, the mentioning of 3 princes on the prophecy, as well as the image on the prophecy board, I think Sargon might be the son of Thomyris. She had 3 children. 2 died. Granted, one of them could have survived low-key and could also be Sargon, meaning that Ghassan is Sargon's brother. But with this hermit who was a doctor being banished here because he noticed a very big difference and discrepancy, Sargon might actually be Thomyris' actually only surviving child, and Ghassan might be a truly false prince. Or maybe Ghassan was a child of a different noble family, and the way to ensure that Persia is run by a Persian, the nobles kind of convinced her otherwise to do that, or something else of that matter. Because I'm pretty sure Ghassan is a prince of royal blood of some type. It's just, I don't know if it's actually, now with this, I don't think he's the son of Queen Thomyris. I just think he might be a son of some noble that Queen Thomyris basically swapped for Sargon. And I wonder why would she do that? Because Sargon, from what we understand, yeah, he's a little arrogant here and there, but he's clearly has a right head on his shoulders trying to be a good person and everything. I wonder if it was because, I don't know, because clearly Queen Thomyris, if we actually take a look at her, because that, she wears makeup, obviously, white makeup, but her neck skin tone looks like a mix between Ghassan's and Sargon's type of complexion, at least from my viewing of this, as well as trying to remember what she looked like when we saw her physically in the game itself. I wonder if because there's no mention of a king. Usually monarchs have both a queen and king, and sometimes the king or queen have consorts and women or men that are sort of their lovers, but at the same time not having any power. And I wonder if this was the case for Queen Thomyris, and that is why Sargon looks a little bit different and why Hassan might look a little different. Maybe they're both actually her son, but from different individuals. And one happened to be more of royal blood, while the other was not. And thus, because of that, she wanted the one with more royal blood, thus more connections to the court of Persia. Because if we're thinking about monarchies and stuff, yes, they're, like I said earlier, they're technically all illegitimate in some sense, but at the same time, the perception of it and the alliances that you can form with marriages and children makes sense. So maybe Hassan was born of a noble, someone else, or the father was a different noble, and Sargon's was a lower ranking noble, or even or even the father died and was like a commoner or like a merchant, and because of that, yeah, that's kind of my working theories at the moment. I don't know, maybe y'all could have a different theory in the comments about this, but that is kind of what I'm thinking about. Maybe Sargon clearly has royalty in his blood in terms of just the not authenticity, but of the title. Because, like I said, monarchies usually aren't truly legitimate and they're usurped all the time. So technically, Queen Thomyris, even though she murdered the previous king and usurped the throne, she technically for 30 years was the queen. So technically, her blood is valid in that sense. But yeah, that is a hell of a revelation to learn from a side quest. And I fucking love it. Pardon my French, but it's just amazing to learn that and just think about that. But yeah, let's talk to the Hermit. Let's see if he has anything else to say.
So, you're stuck here on Mount Carth?
Exiled. Yes. Punishment for speaking the truth. I used to be someone important in Persepolis. A physician too. That was another life. Maybe another soul is willing to undertake the challenge.
You're just waiting until someone passes by.
Patience, young one. It's all I have.
Makes sense. You've been stuck here probably for a very, very long time. And just basically became a hermit and a wise man, just being patient.
Patience. That's all I have.
Fair enough. I'm sorry that Queen Thomyris did that to you. But maybe we can make it up to you by getting vengeance for you in some way, shape, or form in the future. But yeah, with that, this area is completed. And let me go over here, smack that back on to fix that. And now we get rid of this. Bam. And let us save. Alright, next up on our list is to head to the lower city to do this little treasure right here. Because now we have the ability. And once we do that, we will go to the Haven because I assume there's a bunch of new upgrades and techniques and stuff I can learn and accomplish. Alright, I made it back to the Haven. And the first thing that we're going to do is go to Kahiva.
Welcome. Do you wish something forged?
Of course. Let's see our upgrades. So I was correct. We'll get 8 Damascus steel in total for both of these. And of course, the first upgrade I'm going to do is that of the sword, since that's our main source of damage. And voila. And that is the final upgrade for our swords. Next up, the quiver. And I'm pretty sure this is the final upgrade for that too. Bam. Yep. And there we go. We got what we needed from here. And just making sure there's anything else we can get. Nope, nothing else. Do you have anything you would talk about?
Kahiva, do you remember me?
Of course. My forge will always protect me from time's tricks.
Events have started again. It's as if being trapped in a riddle.
That is not the way to consider it. events start again, while you continue.
True. I have memories of how things were, and how they could be.
Makes sense, because we technically fused with our previous self, and thus kind of made it so that everything that happened in the original timeline also no longer has happened, but it has happened. Time travel is confusing like that, but it makes sense. Things may start again technically, but we have progressed very far. We become stronger and learned a lot of things, and we kept that knowledge.
The other mortal longs to ascend to the realm of gods, does he? And you, embracing divine powers for your own. Know this. Not even gods can make everything go their way. So, a final word, mortal. I told you Darius had my respect as few mortals do. It wasn't that he was blessed. It was what he did with that blessing.
Fair enough. Trust me, we ain't going mad with powers. We're trying to save humanity here.
You've earned my respect, Sargon. Do right by it.
I will, lady, I will. Thank you for forging my equipment. Anything else you have to say?
You've earned my respect, Sargon. Do right by it.
Once more I will. Thank you, Kahiva. Alright, let's come down here and talk to the old lady.
Welcome. Welcome.
Let's see. Soma tree roots. Allows instant travel from one wak tree to another. Buying that immediately. And we don't have to equip it. The network of roots stretches far and wide. What one tree feels, the other knows, as if they were right there too. So basically something the DLC shows, or does, the main game does as well. Now I'm pretty sure because the main game came out first, obviously they added that to the DLC, but it's also kind of a nice thing if you actually complete the DLC before getting this upgrade. It feels like a natural progression that because you were trapped inside her mind, you were able to teleport across with these trees, and then once you were able to fix stuff in Mount Kof after that fact, the trees are now able to do that for you. And it looks like we have no upgrades, so that's alright. Other than the teleporting trees.
Do you remember me?
I do. You're the warrior on a somber journey. Promise me we won't lose our city.
I don't know what promises I can make.
Whatever has caused this recent change has caused my amulets to speak to me.
What do they say?
Nothing I can make out yet. It is significant, though. They haven't spoken in over 30 years.
Wow.
Time crystals behave strangely. I haven't seen this before.
It must be the shift in time.
It must be. At the beginning of the curse, timelines shifted often. It's what caused so many poor souls to be hopelessly lost in their own minds.
This was meant to fix things.
Dear, it only means different things get broken.
Could that mean this path is new?
My dear warrior, I honestly don't know.
Makes sense. You go on a path to try to fix things, you eventually just cause other things to be broken or have other consequences while you're fixing other things, and vice versa. And yeah, we basically are on an unforeseen path because we basically rewrote history because Vahram's visions show that Hassan was supposed to die, but we saved him. So things are changing for the better, hopefully. Granted, we have to deal with Vahram at some point still, so yeah.
Be careful. There's still much darkness out there.
I will. Thank you. And now the Soma tree roots allow for travel between wak trees, and basically does the same thing as the DLC does. which is quite useful because that means we no longer have to rely on just the teleporters. Now, granted, some of the teleporters are in positions that are better than some of the Soma trees. For instance, like this one is closer to this compared to this is, and we have to deal with stuff. So, granted, some of them are they're both still useful regardless. Is the best way to say that.
Hi, Sargon.
You know what? Was by the hint first.
The Key of Kings is in the Tower of Silence.
Yes, alongside King Darius.
King Darius is up there.
Yes. Even as the curse set in, the traditions were upheld. His body was laid out in an open tomb.
So that his soul could cross the bridge of Shinvat.
Once his flesh has disappeared, his bones will join those of his father Vishtaspa in the great mausoleum.
Okay, that's different in from the history. I think I'm pretty sure Cyrus the Great. Actually, I don't know who King Darius the Great's father was. I don't think it was Vishtaspa. I may be wrong. I might look it up and mention that in the comments below of this chapter, but I don't think. I think in real life it was. I think it's Cyrus or a different someone else. I don't remember, but either way.
To reach the Tower of Silence, the best way is to go back through the forest and climb up. There is a stele on the way. You'll also see how an ice spell has struck the entire mountain.
Fair enough. We were there. I think we actually found that little discovery. Yep, right here. So that's basically where we're supposed to go, and this also leads to this area through Kahiva's area. And I'm pretty sure this is also another way that leads into the Tower of Silence. Alright.
Hi, Sargon.
Let's look at your treasure maps. You have nothing, surprisingly. What about talking?
Do you still know me?
Don't worry. Not everyone forgets. Not like the mad alchemists. That's why they write it all down. The shift was very strong this time. I wasn't sure what happened, but then I saw your prince,
Ghassan.
alive and well. Very gracious, too. So, you did manage a second chance?
Yes, because he's alive. Though a lot of other revelations have occurred.
The scraggly man still watches you. I don't think time shifted his memories.
It's not always easy to tell with Alcara. Sometimes he makes sense, and sometimes he's helpful.
And sometimes, he follows you even when he's ahead of you.
Whatever the timeline, both of you understand Mount Calf much better than I ever will.
True, but we're managing with their help and without their help at times.
I'm glad I showed you how to use memory shards. Whatever happens, don't forget Mount Koth.
I promise I won't.
I won't. Alright, let's save. And now let's go up to Artaban. Oh, Neith isn't there anymore.
Good to see you.
Obviously, we have a new challenge that we could do, which I might do in a moment, but we'll see. We also have the new boss of Vahram Part 2. Or, well, this time actually the first true version of Vahram's boss. Alright, let's talk to you.
Hassan's alive. I've only just seen him. Anahita wasn't with him.
Anahita... She didn't make it. Killed by Vahram.
What? I don't understand.
Artaban, listen. I'm only alive because of her. She took the blade that was meant for me.
What are you saying?
It would take too long to explain, but...
It's the curse of this place, isn't it? I can feel it. The ground shudders and the air crackles. Sargon, you have to find a way to defeat the cursed magic of this place. Otherwise, we're all lost.
If there's a way, I haven't found it yet. But I will.
I will, old friend.
How can some things here change so dramatically, and others remain fixed?
I wish I knew. As time flows erratically, I can't help but think there are events that can't be undone.
It makes no sense. Menelaus killed a version of Sargon, yet Sargon kills the only Menelaus.
I'm sure that in another timeline, the fight continues.
Then I wish to be where we immortals are friends again.
Me too, Artaban. Me too.
Facts.
I'll keep my blade sharp.
You do that because, if I remember correctly, after that one final challenge, we face him as a true testament of our strength and power. But yeah, there we go. I think that's everything. The prince and Neith disappear. I assume Neith and the prince stick together just to make sure he stays alive and protected. But either way, let's save real quick. Right. After checking the time, we actually are running out of time. Mostly because we kind of got sidetracked talking about the lore implications of certain things that occurred with some of the side quests we just did and all that. Which is okay because it's honestly very fun to talk about that stuff and think and theorize, because obviously the game doesn't fully outright tell you certain things. But either way, we'll use a little bit of time we have left to do some of these things. Oh, I see. Come on. I got it. There we go. That fixes that. And then we can get rid of that. Alright. One more step closer to completing this. Alright, next up, I will say, will probably be this little forest thing right here. And then after that, we'll probably have to call it a day in this chapter, and then continue on next time. Damn. And now, let's do this. And voila. Now what's over here? Ooh, another skin. Rosie. Let's check it out. Huh, not too bad. Though the yellow dyed hair is a little weird. But the tattoo that's on her shoulder looks interesting, even though we can't see the full thing. I do like the purple sash. Kind of reminds me of Byzantine-like stuff. Or Eastern Roman is the better way to say that. So let's clear these out real quick. And now let's see what this lore piece is. Oh, it's the botany log. Holy crap, this is pretty long. So yeah, this could be the last thing we're doing. Botany logs of Cyrus, log 2. I can't remember how long I have been here, how many steps I walked through this forest. My past is now blurry. All I can remember is my wife's face, Syra, and the duty I have toward her. I am devoured by the dark forces that have infested this forest. Corruption has taken hold of me, spreading through my veins like a poison. My body withers, rotting from within, as the forest claims me as its own. I feel I have become a part of this twisted ecosystem, soon to be forever trapped within its clutches. Oh, Syra, what I have done! I have failed to find the elusive plant and bring it back to you. Our only hope gone. Please forgive me. My journey ends here, amidst decay and despair. My efforts have been in vain. I leave behind this record as a testament to the lengths I went to in my quest to save you, to honor the memory of a love that could not be preserved. I offer a warning to future generations. Beware the allure of this forbidden harmony. Nature's balance mustn't be influenced by the greed of our never satisfied, forever hunger species. There are forces beyond our comprehension, and tampering with them can only jeopardize the perfect equilibrium of the universe. To Sarah, my dear wife, I hope to hold you again in the other side. I pray for the day you, our son, and I are finally reunited. Cyrus, Mordad, or Savriva, Year 1, maybe 2, AD, King Darius. RIP to the homie. Will we find his body? Probably not. Is there a third log? Maybe, maybe not. Actually, I'm not sure if there is, because I know we had a different log with him. I just don't remember what it was. Log 1. So there might be a log 3, because some of the other ones had like 3 individual ones, but I doubt it since he basically has succumbed. Luckily, we have freed the forest of its most darkest corruptions. Luckily enough. But yeah, that's one more piece down, one more secret, and one more sad story concluded. Now, all that's left for us to do... Oh yeah, we completed the forest, and the Soma tree is also already completed. But yeah, now that's what's left to do, is go over to the hidden village, clear that out, potentially head to the Raging Sea to clear that out from the north, as well as go to the Pit of Eternal Sands to clear out the little bit that's left here. And besides that, there's the training thing with Artaban and the final challenge. And once that is complete, once all of that is complete, honestly, all we gotta do is do the main story, head up to the Tower of Silence. But that will have to be done for next time, as we have ran out of time for today's chapter. So yeah, until then. And with that, we conclude today's chapter of our journey into the Lost Crown. I hope you all enjoyed today's chapter. I certainly did. Until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.